Hey, what's up? It's Ollie here. So I'm just on Strandvägen right now, which is a beautiful road in Stockholm. I thought I'd take a little bit of time just to update you on what has happened in the progression in the story about me reuniting with my girlfriend. Now, if you haven't been following my stuff like for the past 2 years, maybe 3 years actually, coming up to 3 years now, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you have, then I kind of left this story for a while and didn't really talk about it too much unless you're on a webinar with me. So I wanted to kind of fill you in, just in case you're wondering what happened, right? Because it's a pretty awesome story and there's been some progression, right? So to fill you in, if you're not familiar, so 2015, my girlfriend actually had to leave the UK, right? I was living with her in the UK for like 4 years. We had loads of immigration issues. She had to move back to Malaysia, right, where she's from. And this was, for me, like a crazy event in my life, right? It was kind of obviously horrible to have like your significant other literally told they cannot live in the same country with you anymore, like forced separation from a government. Not a nice experience. At the same time, it was kind of a blessing, right? Because it motivated me to go through with my plan. Now, my plan was to create a remote business, right? Something I could run from a laptop, something I could run online. This pipe dream I'd had anyway for a few years. And like this event of her having to leave the country was a catalyst which gave me a ton of motivation to not just think about it or half-ass this plan, but actually make it happen. So she left in late 2014. Beginning of 2015, I started the business. Okay, started selling on Amazon. That was my chosen path, right, to actually make this stuff happen and build an online business. And that year, because of all this motivation I had, and I was just 100% focused, and there was no turning back, I went from zero to a 6-figure income in a pace of about 11 months, right? So absolutely life-changing experience. And then after that, realised that I had this crazy opportunity, something that worked, something I could help other people to learn how to do. I decided, well, actually, rather than just running an Amazon business for myself, I would love to teach other people how to do it. So I started coaching, just advising other people and charging for my time, right? Because obviously, if you have expertise, you have value, why not turn that into a business as well? So to this day, I've actually helped over 1,000 people build Amazon businesses with my courses, coaching, etc. As in paying customers, right? I've had hundreds of success stories, and it's just been an incredible journey. So back to my girlfriend, right? So I'm just going to switch directions and look like a crazy person and walk the other way down the road. So here's what happened, right? So when we built this incredible income, I had this pipe dream in my head that I was going to move back to Sweden with her. Okay, I say back, move to Sweden and reunite with her. Okay, so this was our like pipe dream. We're going to build an online business, reunite in Sweden, and run the business from there. So in 2016, it was around about April, May 2016, we found an immigration lawyer. We found an apartment in Sweden that I was going to move to, which was kind of weird because like, never been to the country before, already found an apartment, didn't even see it in person yet. And the whole thing was kind of like a bit terrifying. Like, have you ever had the experience of just landing in a country and deciding to move there? Like, it's kind of crazy, right? You don't know anyone, you don't know the language, you don't know where anything is, you have no plan, right? Crazy experience. A week after I went there, she arrived, then it kind of felt like home. And for the past 2 years, we've had sort of an ongoing battle of trying to get residency, right? I mean, we thought it was going to be really easy because I'm from the EU. I thought I could just get like a card for me to stay here, and then she could get one too, right, on the back of that. Because of bureaucracy, because of the way governments work, unfortunately it just wasn't that simple. For whatever reason, right? It was just complicated. It was just over and over again, we just had like roadblock after roadblock. You need this document. Oh, you need this document. Oh no, this one isn't going to fit. We need this. Go and request it from your government. Oh, our government won't do that, right? Just endless stuff. And finally, 2 weeks ago, we got a letter delivered to the wrong address, right? To one of the old apartments we were staying in from 2 years back. Government just seems to just put whatever address they feel like for each letter they send. She got the card. So finally, after 6 years of battling this stuff out, since 2012 when we first found out that we were going to have immigration troubles, for her going back to Malaysia, us reuniting in Sweden, being here for 2 years, finally everything seems to be settled. We can live here, we can stay here, and now she can actually leave Sweden and go on a holiday, right? So this is like an unbelievable weight off our shoulders. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about kind of what I've learned along the way, how my business has progressed, and how I think you can benefit from just understanding why I believe I had this success, why I believe things worked out when quite easily I could have not made money with any of the stuff I tried, with Amazon, with coaching, with selling courses. I could have quite easily just failed, and I want to explain kind of why that happened. So I think it was after she had gone, like when I was in the UK, and I realised, look, I've got to do something. I've got to bring in some kind of income. At that moment, that's when I realised, like, you really have no idea what life is going to throw at you. Like, you have absolutely no clue what is going to happen next week, next month. Like, what you don't know what challenge is gonna rise next, right? And at the end of the day, life is kind of insane. Whichever way you look at it, like, it is actually crazy that, number one, we're even here, right? By some miracle, you were the lucky sperm who actually managed to survive. It's pretty insane that, you know, all of these coincidences happen, and it can be pretty random what things are going to happen in your life in the short, medium and long term. So if all of that stuff is true, right, without getting too out there, going too crazy and philosophical, if life is already crazy, then you have to kind of live crazy to compensate for that. I think one of the biggest things when it comes to teaching people, and for all the clients I've worked with over the past few years, one of the biggest things that kills people's chances of success is trying to approach building a business as if it was a job. Trying to just go in, clock in your card, do the least amount of work, right, each day, half-ass all of the tasks in the business, and just not really put your all in. Now that enables people to make sales on Amazon, yeah, okay, enables people to get some results, but the people who get really crazy results and actually break through the mold and build the six-figure income, you know, hit the huge goals, aren't just doing the bare minimum, half-arsing it, clocking in their hours and saying, you know, that's enough, but they're putting in crazy amounts of effort. Right, they're accepting that life is kind of crazy. Crazy things can happen, like your girlfriend could just be asked to leave the country, right? Or whatever that equivalent that is for you. And because of that, they take it upon themselves to act in congruence with the fact that life is crazy and take crazy amounts of action and dive in fully with the opportunities presented to them. So I think this is why I had a lot of success. And I think this is one of the main reasons why my Amazon business actually took off, why my coaching business then took off, right? Because if you think of, like, a lot of people, like, the pessimistic outlook is, yeah, for every one successful business owner out there, there's 999,000 people who just completely fail. I think that is what actually makes the difference. It's like, are you actually obsessed with the business you're running, or are you just trying to treat it as if you were in some kind of job? Like, are you putting crazy amounts of energy and effort and really trying to outdo yourself all the time, or are you just saying, oh, that's good enough, I'll put in a few hours today and try and find something to sell, and I'll see if the marketing works, and just having that attitude? Because actually, the ironic thing is, when you go about it in that way and you half-ass and you treat it like a employee who's clocking in his card in the morning, taking extra time off for lunch, etc. The ironic thing is, it's actually harder. You get less results, you get less money, right? Less sales. It's less fulfilling, less rewarding. And you still have to deal with all the BS that you have to deal with when you run a business. You still have to do tax returns, right? You still have to put in the hours, you still have to do work. So if you're going to do it, you might as well show up. And I think because of what happened with me and my girlfriend, it's like, if we don't make enough money, then we're not going to be together anymore. Because of that situation, I think that's what gave me the realization that, look, I have to dive in. So I don't want you to have like a horrible situation in your life that forces you to take action and create a business and dive in fully. I believe that you can actually get to this state and put in this amount of energy without something like that happening. Right? I still have to do this. I mean, we're together now. Right, we're in Sweden now, I'm earning a good income now, so how am I still motivated to keep running the business, to keep moving forward, and to not just half-arse it and try and be with a laptop on the beach all the time? It's because I know that if I don't do that, then life is going to be so much harder, right? So, quick update for you today, quick rant about why I think a lot of people don't get the results they want in business, and my theory as to why perhaps I'm successful. Maybe there's some other stuff that goes into it as well. Things are always more complicated than you're able to sum up in a 10-minute video, right? But I think that's a big part of it, and this is talking from experience of helping like thousands, way over 1,000 people, on a close level build businesses and seeing who succeeds and who doesn't. This is like the thing that makes the difference. And I wanted to finish off really by asking you guys if you have any recommendations for where to stay in the Canary Islands. Because finally now, just picture this, right? My girlfriend moved to Sweden in 2016. And I'm just going to take a seat, right? I'm getting tired. And she's been stuck here for 2 years. I couldn't leave the country because we've been waiting and anxiously waiting, receiving the negative letter in the post every other month saying, no, you can't have the card yet. No, you can't have the card yet. Unable to go on holiday. Finally, we're able to leave the country and travel, right? I've been traveling, but she's been stuck here. So we want to go to the Canary Islands, celebrate a little bit. If you've ever been there to Tenerife or Gran Canaria and you have like a hotel recommendation, which is awesome, if you could do me a favour, drop it in the comments below. That would be incredible. Because we're thinking of going maybe sometime in the winter when it starts snowing and getting really brutal here in Sweden. Maybe get away from that for a while. So it'd be awesome to get your recommendations. But yeah, I wanted to give you a quick update and just really get back into shooting videos again, because I'm a bit of an introvert and it's easier for me to just not do content and like stay in my comfort zone. And one of the things that kind of aligns with going all in with your business, living kind of crazy and accepting the fact that life is kind of crazy and diving in fully, is the moment you notice you're sinking into your comfort zone, alarm bells should be ringing off. You're clearly not on the right path if things feel too comfortable. So like, being in public, talking to a phone while everyone's giving me weird looks is outside of my comfort zone. I can see that's the right thing I should be doing right now. So let me know if you enjoyed my little rant. I'll do more. They'll probably be more refined. This one was all over the place. But yeah, and if you have any recommendations of where to stay in the Canary Islands, that would be awesome. All right, cheers for putting up with my random nonsense, and catch you again soon.